morning. Welcome to DR76. Today we've got a lot of stuff going on. We've got a project that I've been meaning to do for some time. Managed to get a new rad, 4-old red. Big block fuel injected Chevy. She runs a little hot, especially at low speeds. We got no airflow through the rad. So we've got ourselves a new aluminum rad. Let's go into the shop and I'll show you what it's all about. So yeah, yesterday we went to JB Power Center. They were able to hook us up with this slick Northern Radiators rad. It's a full aluminum custom piece. It's got a full 2.5-inch wide body. It's got a billet rad cap bung there, custom built for our 79 GM half ton. Two automatic transmission plugs. We don't need those because the GM is 5-speed. Lower and upper mounts, and an awesome little drain bung. Beautiful little piece. So we're going to put that in. We've got some Prestone as well. And we picked up a new trick, Autometer Ultralight 2 water temp gauge for the GM. We've been not running it without a gauge. The FI Tech fuel injection system has a integral gauge that's built in with that system, and I can see it on the dash readout, but we want to get rid of that dash readout and have a dedicated gauge for it. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Got her in the shop. Next thing's next. Okay, so super easy job this one. It'll probably take me longer to wire in that gauge and get it going than it will to change the rad. But anyways, got two big electric fans on old red. They weren't enough to keep her cool, so we're going to pull the fans off, disconnect the lower rad hose here, disconnect the upper rad hose there, pull the rad keeper out, and then put the aluminum in, and everything else goes back in reverse. Of course, all of this is after we drain it. So let's get going on that. Okay, so I got some drain pads under there. First things first, we're going to open up the drain plug. Hear the plastic so we know we're getting some. Well, it sounds like it's open. We're going to pull the cap off, let some air into the system. Okay, next thing, we don't need this. Set that there for now, and we'll take the fans off. I always put the fans on with zip ties. I know it seems a little hillbillyish, but it seems to work without too much hassle. So function over beauty or something like that. And they're easy to undo. Swap these back. Get that second one off. Leave them both out to the side here. Nice and out of the way. Now we'll get that lower rad hose. Okay. And we don't want it all over the floor. It's nice to have your tools handy. I do have an air ratchet, but that would definitely be faster, but not necessarily quieter. It's a beautiful day, we've got a little bit of time. Cut there. There it goes. cover off, we'll just set that on the ground. And you can see the difference between this tiny little 2-core factory rad and the nice new aluminum one we have over here. Quite a bit of flow difference. If we take a peek inside, we can see there's 2 1-inch wide baffle cores in there, so that's going to be awesome. One little last overflow hose. There's the old shitty rad. So, okay, let's throw that aluminum one in and see what it does. Everybody likes a little bit of shiny. So my rubber mounts are still down right where I left them a second ago, and it fits right in there perfect. So that's that. It's substantially wider. It looks great already. And line up the rubber mounts on the top half. We'll get one started here and we'll finish up off camera. And everything else is going back on in opposite order it came off. So yeah, cool beans. Okay, so we've got the rad bolted in, we've got the rad hoses on. Just checking fittings and stuff. So down here on the drain petcock, we can actually see that it was turned in a couple turns from factory, so we're just going to tighten that up. Going to check this hose clamp right over here. It actually seems tight. Got some nice Teflon tape in this air bleed hose. The transmission bungs are plugged. Transmission cooler bungs are plugged from the factory. One thing I did notice, so putting on the overflow hose, this little guy is loose. So I'm going to take that out, put some sealant on it, get her back in. So yeah, we got some sealant tape on there. This stuff works great. Some people struggle with it, but the trick is not to use too much. 3 wraps is lots. So get that started in there. Feels better already. And not too much. So yeah, cool. So let's put some coolant in it. Okay, so I'm going to start with 1 press stone, and then I've got a couple jugs of water, and I will do at least 2 gallons to start with, and then we'll see where we get to. So a bit of Motor Master press stone. I always buy the concentrate because, well, it's like $1 more, but you mix it with water and you actually get 2 gallons instead of 1. All the while we're listening for leaks. Make sure the water is flowing, make sure it's topped up. Get rid of any air voids in the coolant system. Okay, she looks like it's full, so we're going to shut it off. We're going to get this fans mounted and rad cap on, take her for a test drive. Okay, back to the old zip ties. We'll get that bolted on and then be ready. Okay, we are back to where we started with. Getting the cold air tube on. Last of the tools, we'll put them in the toolbox, close the hood, and we'll take this for a test drive. Okay, let's fire it up. Ooh, come on, baby. Okay, this is the controller for the Phytech fuel injection system. It's pretty awesome. There's some basic setup you do. And then I've been using this coolant tep from the fuel injection as basically my gauge. I want to get rid of this. That's why we bought the new automated gauge. But right now we're going to go for a test drive and try out that new rad. Those fans are electrically wired to come on at 170 degrees. So we should see that on this controller as well. And yeah, let's get some miles on it. When I was driving this on the highway, it would run between 180 and 190 F depending on what the ambient temperature was. You know, that's borderline high, but as soon as I slow it down to come down our side roads, and obviously we live in a rural area, there is some slowing down. She would just start climbing up to 200, 208. Yeah, and that's just too high. The truck with the big four-core stock rod would run 170 degrees, 180 degrees right where the thermostat set for. So I think anything less than that or more than that is just causing damage. So just idling around my subdivision should be enough to get her hot, get the fans turned on. You can see on the gauge here now we're at 130 and she's climbing. And yeah, let's give her a couple minutes here. Obviously you can see my oil pressure gauge behind me. The engine's real strong, it holds 75 pounds of oil pressure there. That's where the new autometer gauge is going to be going. I'm going to build a custom mounting plate for that. We'll leave these wires hanging out in case we need to attach the control center again, but hopefully that'll be enough to be good and have some independent accurate display on it. And that Phytech runs really nice on the big block. It's a little bit small. The big block's about 425, 440 horse when it's tuned out in race trim. I've got it detuned to about 400 right now, and that is max for this little baby Phytech. But yeah, it runs good. You hit the key, it fires right up, which is really nice compared to running a Holly. I always ran a Holly in the past, and they were good units, they made lots of power, but it seemed like every other day you were tweaking them and tuning them, which is fine if you have the time, but I'm old now and I just want to turn the key and go. We've been on the highway for about 15 minutes now. We're just pulling into our side road again. The temperatures really haven't climbed up over 181, 182, which is super nice to see. They're right back down to 179. That's very livable, especially for a big block Chevy with some performance mods. So yeah, we're gonna idle around the subdivision road here a little bit and do some low speed testing and see if it climbs up any worse than that. Okay, so we're pulling into our driveway. The temperature's climbed up to 186. It's idle of about 2 kilometers around the subdivision loop. So I'm really happy with the way this Northern Radiator's rad is performing. As expected, it holds probably double or 3 times the volume as that little one that we pulled out. And it's a big aluminum rad, not the old school raised bronze fins. So we're gonna pull her back into the shop and I'm gonna get going on that gauge installation. We're gonna clean up this hole right here.